Testing. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hi, Odon. Hi, Foki. How are you doing? To the bang? Okay, now's the real moments of truth. Am I live on YouTube? Doing good. Nice, nice. This is brand new. How exciting. It looks like it's working on Facebook. Or not Facebook, YouTube. How's everybody doing? I'm doing good. So I'm happy. I'm excited. Today is, in my opinion, the start of my birthday week. So I'm a little happy with that. Normally, I will go through an entire range of emotions around my birthday. Anything from total panic to feeling good. Um, so, um, yeah, looking forward to all of that. Um, Hi, Carbon. How you doing? I'm trying to find some transparent photos of Fuecoco. Okay. Sorry, I should have done this ahead of time. Let's change this out. Browse out. Everything's fine. This is how professional streamers operate. We're doing good. But I wanted to chit chat with you guys. See what you're up to. I wanted to give you the news on GDC as well. GDC was pretty great as usual, as it normally is. Um, but I gotta tell you guys, I got back on Sunday. I'm still not recovered from just the stress of it all. I don't think you have your stream comment set up. I don't know how to set that up. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I will set that up as soon as possible. Yay! But thank you for checking, Odon. I knew it would be you. Quantos anos? 22, 21. Tô brincando, não. I'm killing myself trying to learn substance designer. It's not that bad. Like, you just gotta make sure that you are, how do I put it? Like, taking it slow, little by little, will kind of fix all of that stress, you know? So is Fuecoco a apple? Is that what that is? Do you guys think so? I need to plan this out. Ghost of Arts, hi, how are you doing? Artist verse, hello. GDC vlogs, muito em breve. Okay, so about GDC vlogs. I recorded a lot of footage at GDC, but only enough to make one TikTok. So we got one TikTok in the works, and that's it. Nothing else. Not this time, I'm sorry. Didn't work out the way I wanted it to. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I was next level stressed out during this GDC. Like, even though it was a good one, there was a lot for me to deal with. There's the fact that I had to catch up on all of my business workings and my job, and all of my partnerships. It was kind of like a perfect storm. Perfect storm of everybody wanting everything from me at the exact same time while I was at GDC and right before. Right, I'm still not caught up 100% actually. I got back on Sunday, and I gotta tell you, like, I've been having nothing but meetings all week. Like, like, meetings aren't the same. Like, I can sit down and have a really productive day and feel good about it, right? Um, on a normal week, but if I'm spending all of my free time and work time in meetings, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel productive. It just feels like I'm just running out of breath a lot of times. So that is what's going on with me. So yeah, it's really bad timing. I feel really bad that I stressed out so much. I've been getting a lot better at stress management and all of that just the whole year. Like, I've had a really great year as far as that. is concerned, and like mental health in general. It was just that 1 week of like flights, meetings, GDCs, like dinners, lunches, and like meetings and meetings. Even at GDC, I couldn't get away from the meetings, you know. Um, so there was also a little bit of cultural shock for me, you know, because I thought that, um, how do I put it, like, it was really tough because I haven't been social for 2 years, right? Barely social. Like, as soon as things have started opening up again here, um, I stopped hanging out with people, and that's my bad. That's on me, if I'm gonna be honest. You know, I've not been social, and nobody's gotten time with me, because I've been focusing on taking all this energy that I have, like this creative energy, to make something for myself, and I've been applying it. So I've spent all of 2022 and 2021 just literally spending time on my own, working on my business, working on my ideas, classes, workshops, things like that. Um, and so being out there at GDC, you know, um, and seeing so many people was a little bit of a shock, a little bit of a shocker, so to speak. So it took me a while to get used to it. I think I went there on Tuesday night, so it took me 12 hours to get there. Actually, it was a really rough flight situation. And then, um, by the way, if you have any questions about what I'm doing, please let me know. I'm just kind of like rambling and doing the art. I'm just blocking out the Fuecoco. I don't know how to say any of these names, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm just kind of improvising at this point, but we're kind of making the open mouth right now. Um, and on Wednesday, I really struggled to get back in the groove of things, you know. Normally, I rock a GDC, but this time it was a little tougher. But then after that, it was perfect. It's just fine. Making something that looks like Five Nights at Freddy's right now. I don't know. What direction should I take this Pokemon in? I'll let you guys have input. I was thinking like T-Rex, but that's a little cliche. But it would kind of match the um, Sprigatito I made. Is that a Pokemon? Yeah. You need a secretary or an assistant to keep up with your busy schedule. I do. Liter- Literally, I really do. I would really like to hire, and I've been looking on stealth mode. I literally have been. The only thing is that it's been really hard because I wanted somebody who speaks Red Sun. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I wanted somebody who speaks English and Portuguese. Um, and everybody I've been talking to, you know, is missing one. And I'm starting to think that maybe that standard isn't quite right. um, but it would just really help me since my content is both English and Portuguese. My meetings are in English and Portuguese. My emails are in English and Portuguese. You know what I mean? So so I needed somebody who can do that, and it's been hard to find. So if you know anybody who's looking for a part-time job, earning in dollars, and speaks English and Portuguese, please let send them my way. Which 3D printer to use? So I use a uh, Frozen 3D, so from the company Frozen, a 4K Mighty printer. So it's a very large 4K printer. It's amazing. It literally like it's almost foolproof, which I need right now, my current skill level for printing. By the way, if you're in my workshop and mentorship, this is your reminder that tonight we are actually having the mixer. I don't expect a lot of people to show up today because normally we do these on Wednesday or Saturdays at the end of the month, and it's obviously a Sunday at the beginning of the month. It's just that, you know, life. It be like that sometimes. I'm not feeling particularly inspired for this. So how do I inspire myself for this? Hmm. Do you accept remote work? Of course, yeah, obviously, I do. Matched Party 2, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I think not accepting remote work is a very foolish endeavor in 2022 of all years. And this, our Lord year of 2022. Yeah. Um, I'm turning down my smoothing intensity a little bit so that we can kind of not smooth away all of our modeling. Dessa vez eu compro os requisitos. Ok, você, se quiser me mandar uma mensagem. Whoever wants to apply for that, so like just send me a message on Discord. Maybe I'm gonna append another sphere. Sphere. There we go. Make it a little bit wider. So that's a fire type. When you think of a fire type dinosaur, what's type do you think of? Just like the one that spits acid, you know, the one with the frills. Those. Those are neat. I like them. So how do you guys feel about me streaming on YouTube? I figured since I'm trying to like have more of a presence on YouTube, make sense, right? I think I'm gonna do like Spinosaurus. Oh, babies, we are going there. Let me go Google Spinosaurus images very fast so that I can actually know what I'm doing. We're going to go from my favorite top 20 favorite dinosaur. Yeah. Yes. See, this is how you inspire yourself. just think of something you like. Oh yeah, these are very nice. You guys can't see this. Let me change my camera view. Boa noite, Fabiano. Foque, por favor. Hi, Lou. I think it's a good idea to stream on both. Nice, nice. So, as you know, when I'm streaming for Pixelogic, or not Pixelogic anymore, Max on now, Zbrush Live, I stream on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the same time, right? That's how we do it. That's how we rock. And I gotta tell you, like, the culture on. Oh, fuck you, thank you for the subscription. It's fine, 2 months. 2 meses, 2 meses. 2 meses. Dá pra fazer muita coisa em 2 meses, não dá? Um, the culture on Twitch versus YouTube is very different. Because can you guys hear music, by the way? Is there music playing? Nope. Yay. The culture on Twitch versus YouTube is very different. Oh, I can hear myself. Yeah. On YouTube, people tend to be a little bit more less sensitive, less kind to the streamers normally. So that's why I was like, oh, I'm not sure about YouTube, and then yeah, which culture is more toxic? YouTube. YouTube is the most toxic culture, but whenever somebody wants to like really lean into me and like give me some hate, normally it comes from Facebook. But it's like so rare. Like it's like once in a very while, like once in a merry while, somebody on Facebook will be having a bad day and like want to take it out on me. But normally on Twitch, that isn't so much of an issue. you know? Okay, so let's go ahead and reshape this baby boy a little bit, just tiny bit, just to make sure. Oh, just moving stuff around here, just to make sure that it's more Spinosaurus-y, but at the same time also more recognizable. So I'm already gonna start by doing a rule break that I enjoy doing. I'm going to color the parts of the face. So I'm going to select the top of the head and color it white. And then I'm going to select the body and make it kind of the orangey color. Not the best practice ever, but I find that it's important for streaming purposes. So those of you who are streamers, like, take note. It's sometimes good to like give the newcomers a visual indication of what you're working on, you know. You guys hear music now? Streaming sounds awesome. You should stream. So Cosmo, you stream, right? Do you stream? Remind me if you stream or not. YouTube with those spicy comments more often than not. Are we sure this isn't a Carnotaurus? No. I'm about to edit it so that it's more spiny. We're gonna come up in here, stretch. Snake hook for the stretch, of course. Ooh, take off that RGB, of course. We're gonna flatten out the top of the head, bring up the mouth in general, actually. So it looks right now. It looks like I'm making something from like Barney the dinosaur. Do you guys remember that show? My young sister was very addicted to Barney, and I never liked it because I think I was too old. But give him like a salmon bite. That's another animal that heavily inspires me is salmon. I don't know why. Honestly, I think it's both the gnarly look that they take on once they are mature and about to die, and the life story of a salmon. Whenever I used to like be really bad to myself and treat my body horribly, I used to really relate to the journey of a salmon. You know, like all of that swimming uphill just to perish on the other side. That was emo Carol phase. How'd you get the photo reference? It doesn't look like pure F. So, what you're looking at, Mage, right there is not photo reference. That is just an overlay on OBS for you guys to be able to see what I'm working on. As far as my reference, I have it on pure ref, and it's just not showing. Whenever I'm working on things that include other artists' work, I make sure to hide my pure ref from the camera because I don't have time right now. For example, I just grabbed some pictures off of Google. I don't have time to go trace where it came from. So like, I don't like to use people's work without permission, you know. Oh, Mage, Anna, my favorite Zbrush teacher. I missed you. Oh my god, Mage, I missed you too. Thank you. Thank you. It's so cute. Like, if you guys ever want to melt my heart, just like say shit like that, and I'll literally fall apart. Back in the day with the old crowd that used to watch me, nobody from the old crowd is around except for like Spacey whenever she comes by. They used to do this thing wherever I was having like an important stream, where they would tell me like heartfelt compliments until I cried. It happened like 10 times. It was like the most cute type of bullying I've ever had. Oh, Sage! Sage, how you doing? How you doing, friend? Yeah, this is my first time being live on YouTube. So far, so good. I don't want you crying, though. Tenho aprendido mais sobre Zbrush com você. Muito obrigada. Ai, obrigada, Sassá. So my birthday is on Thursday, peoples. I'm just saying that because I would like to stream on Thursday, but I don't have time. I like doing a birthday stream. So I'm gonna do next Sunday will be my birthday stream. How does that sound? We'll do like a special birthday stream. We'll like collect for charity or something. How does that sound? Mm, you guys are doing it. Oh my god. So yeah, the only thing I don't know how to do, and this is embarrassing. Like I'm going to lay my heart out for you guys and showcase a flaw that I have, which is I don't know how to do a charity stream. Like I've always wanted to, but then I was like, I don't. Somebody told me like, oh, you gotta be careful with like taxes so that it doesn't show up as income. And I'm like, why does the money have to go through me? Like I can probably just get a link. Can I just get a link from somewhere? Like let's raise money for this cause and just get a link and then do it. Happy G Day. Elsrex, how you doing? I'm doing good. Doing good. Okay, back to sculpting. I got a little distracted. But we're back. Let's bring the bottom jaw up. Pro tip, when you're making any creature that has an open mouth, really, you should always make sure to check to see if the mouth opens and closes in a natural way. You can do that with layers later on once everything's like kind of combined together, because it's a very common issue that once rigged, the mesh won't deform the way you expected. Like the bottom lip mouth will be like an underbite or overbite or something like that might not be intentional. If it's intentional, then of course that's the right thing. Okay, we got like the longer face here. I'm gonna kind of give him a little chin. Chin. I think I'm gonna lean into the skull shape. Like, I've seen fan art of Fuecoco. I'm gonna just say it the American way. Fuecoco. And they use the skull as the top of the head. And like, I'm super down for that. It's creepier, you know? If you guys know me at all, you know that I like that creepy aspect to my arts. That sort of came out of nowhere. I used to only like girly arts. And now I like elegant horror. It's like a genre, right? Thank you, Adon. Thank you guys for your birthday wishes in advance. Thank you. I'll plan like a long stream for my real birthday. Not my real birthday, but like the Sunday after my birthday. We will do a longer thing. Okay, this looks a little deformed. Like, it looks a little collapsed, you know? We gotta get more of a nicer eye socket situation going on here. But not too much either. I don't want it to turn into Cubone too much. Like anything. Okay, I'm gonna right here. I think I'm gonna change this up. This looks a little mammalian. And the neck. I'm gonna give it some. Let's go ahead and snake hook. So make it more horizontal. I don't know. This particular Pokemon doesn't quite look like a fire type, you know? To me, it just looks like a fairy or grass type that just happens to be red. I wonder what their inspiration was. What do you guys think? What is that yellow square on the chest? Right? Like, what's going on here? Let's go ahead and block out the rest of the body as well. I'm gonna go for like a T-Rex body. T-Rexy body, anyway. I'm gonna go for like a high high booty though. I'm gonna real fast. Like every once in a while, like my brush size will be kind of incompatible. Like the max size will be incompatible with the tool. There's multiple ways to fix this. The way I do it, because it's easy, I just go to um, Scale Master and then just unify, and that should kind of change that. You can also change the max size of the brush, of course, in the brush settings. The name literally translates to fire crocodile? No, it doesn't. Fuecoco. Like fuego and what is crocodile in Spanish? There's no way it's coco, right? Who knows? I don't. Another one of my main flaws is that I don't speak Spanish. I feel like if you like drop me off in the middle of a Spanish oh no Spanish speaking country though, I would certainly survive. It's close enough. Like I can figure some stuff out. I'm going to go ahead and mirror this because I had symmetry off. So I'm going to go to geometry, mesh, modify topology, mirror and weld. It's the wrong side. I don't want that one, so I'm going to mirror it first. So deformation, mirror on the X, and then try again. Fix that part later. Oh, and turn symmetry on. Pokemad 1998, thank you so much for the follow. Cocodrilo. Oh, nice. Been following you for a while. Didn't know you stream? Yeah, I do actually. Like, been streaming for almost 5 years. That just means I'm getting old. Sparkles is right here. Those of you who haven't gotten the cat action today. How you doing? Been following? Yeah, it's Sparkles. Little baby Sparkles. The co-host. I know he's the real artist and the star of the show. He rolls really high on charisma. Okay, but Sparkles, go back to your chat, bro. Little man. I'll pet you after the stream some more. She's for when she has a dedicated cat cam. That is a thing that. Oh, there he goes. He goes knocking stuff off my desk. He. Oh, you guys can hear him purring. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. I'm never sure. Let's go ahead and block in the little legs. Color fill objects. Ooh. But yeah, Sparkles has always been a huge part of the stream. But one day, the older crowd of stream watchers decided that they wanted to get a dedicated cat camera. So they got together and they actually like donated to the stream to just to get a cat camera. So it was really nice actually. It was really cute. And it worked perfectly. Turn symmetry off for this one. Bring that leggy in. And get that high hip, thinner leg. Angles. Wider in the front, less wide in the back, I think would be good. And then thicken that bad boy out quite a bit. And then, how would I like to block out the rest? Probably just, I think I'm just gonna literally go the lazy route today. Still recovering from life in general. So Um, Flamotional, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Worry about this later. I'm just gonna zero mesh it. Zero mesh. Are you going for a Spino? Yeah. So like the face is gonna be Spino-y. I think the body's gonna be T-Rexy. It's gonna be like a combo. Combo vibes. Oh, hail Sparkles. Sparkles is the co-host Pokemon, and his special ability is sneezing. Oh my god, he totally is. Everything I have, right? Covered in snot. And the worst part is that if you don't clean the snot fast enough, I'm sure you guys aren't here to hear the details, but if you don't clean the snot fast enough, it's game over. But yeah, I do have a few topics to talk about, like, today. So one of them is somebody on my Discord, my official Discord, FYI. Here, I'm gonna post for you guys to follow. Posted a problem that they were having, so I wanted to talk about that just very, very briefly and get everybody's opinions on this. So, what they said was, um, can you help me by sharing ways to deal with the fact that I can't get good right away? I'm okay, but I've been grinding Zbrush every day for at least 6 hours a day, and it's been boring considering most of that time was redoing stuff on my project on repeat. I also have been feeling bad because I know I won't be able to get my dream job for another few years. Share stories if you have experienced this too. It will help. Um, so Ana Cristina has been giving some solid advice. Actually, a lot of people have been giving solid advice in the channel. That's me right now. um, you know, so Ana Krishna said, sometimes it's not about the amount of time you practice, it's about what you practice, which is exactly what I preach all the time, yeah. Before I got my degree on game arts, I'm she's an environment artist, but I'm recently getting back on practicing characters, and I was always told to keep practicing and practicing, but I was not getting any better until I realized myself that it's not about just practicing, it was about knowing what to practice in order to improve myself. I was very bad at, but once I realized this, I started to get better, and even if I was working full time, I was able to do it. Don't let yourself be defeated. Some people improve faster than others. You just have to find what works for you. And yes, you'll get your dream, may be even shorter time than you think. That's so nice of her. If you are starting that you will get later, you are creating that reality. I know I'm sounding weird, but if we want something to come true, we need to state that, yes, I can do it. Totally correct. Like, believing in it is like number one, right? And then they say, the reason I read that whole response is because they said something else, the original poster, the OP. But how do I deal with the fact that it requires patience? It gives me a wave of emotions and makes me feel OCD to get better. I worry I'm the only one who feels this way, unless there are others who felt emotional about reaching their dream. Right? And then there's a bunch of advice. There's a bunch of advice from other people on the channel, but I wanted to get your ideas and your opinions. Sparkles, come here. Because it's a huge thing. I think this person thinks they're alone, and that's such a common feeling, right? Like, I am the only one who suffers this thing, but like, we've all been there. I think we've all done that suffering of like not knowing how to practice, losing our patience. Like being let down by our own skills, right? Which is super freaking common. Like, if you think anybody out there is ever like satisfied 24 hours a day with their skills, right? That's not the case at all. And there's like so many things, so many threads to pull on with this problem. So let's do it. Let's see. Uh, Everybody's relating to this feeling. We're doing an anatomy ad infinitum until it's perfect. Nights, yes. So I'm actually going through that right now. My only advice is to keep sculpting, but keep sculpting what you like to sculpt the most. The work is tedious, yes, but find that one part of the process that you enjoy the most and look forward to doing whenever you encounter a new project. They're just polygons. I usually check out submissions to the rookies contest to see where the entry level people are at skill wise. Yeah. Don't be patient with just the process, but be patient with yourself also. Give yourself time and understanding. Just give them my number. So, there's so many things to talk about. So the very first thing to talk about is the concept of the artist's eye versus the artist's. I don't know what the concept is called like exactly, but it's like the eye versus the skill level, right? There's two things we practice and improve over time as artists. The first one is the skill level, what you can produce, right? Then the other thing is the artist's eye. Basically, your eye for quality, your eye for like discerning what's good work versus not good work. Come here, Sparkles. He's making noise over there. Being naughty. Here he is. The skill level and the eye do not improve at the same rate. In fact, normally one improves and then the other, which means that at times you will be left feeling like you're a horrible artist. They almost never combine. So, there is art that as a beginner you might think is the best art ever, but as you get better, you'll not like it. That even goes for your own art that you're making. I think what this person's going through is that their artist's eye, they're like being able to figure out what good art is versus, like, in their opinion, not good art, has developed, which is a good thing. And the skill is just going to catch up now. So that's the first thing. Like, and it's a very frustrating situation to be in, right? You guys relate to that because it happens to literally every freaking person, right? Let me Google to see if I can find a graph. Artist eye versus skill. High vibrations. Thank you. Okay, there we have it. There are lots of graphs to choose from, actually, so let me share my screen different. Okay. Okay. So, oh, this one's not good. It's letters too small. Okay. Let's see what this says. So it says, art is a cycle. Sometimes you draw really well, but sometimes you feel like you can't draw at all. In reality, you are always slowly improving. It's just a cycle of seeing versus drawing. In our case, just making art in general, right? It doesn't have to be drawing. That makes you think you are doing worse. Understanding how this works can help an artist power through art blocks, for you're simply improving your ability to see and not getting too cocky during art highs. So basically, we got the yellow is the skill at seeing or evaluating art, and the blue is skill at making art. So they grow at different rates, right? As you can see here. Whenever your skill of seeing art is higher than your skill of making art, you get an art low, right? Perceived lack of skill. Art skill is less than the ability to see. When you can evaluate your art better than you can draw, I suck. It's like every other art is so much better than me. Like, I can't do this kind of thing. But sometimes your ability to see will stall out for a bit and your art skills will get higher. So then that's an art high. So perceived skill, art skill is greater than the ability to see. When you can draw better than you can evaluate how good you are, which is like when you think your art is the best, right? So both of them are just perspectives. They are no real indicators of where you are, because at the end of the day, art is so subjective anyway, right? So that's what I think is part of what the suffering comes from, right? This person is like, I can't do the art. I can't. Everybody, like all these other artists, so much better than me, right? Another thing that I think this person is going through is that they are, one, comparing themselves too much, which I can't give you advice to stop doing that. Like, you gotta stop doing that. I can't help you with that because you know it's deeper than anything. It's a habit. It's a kind of it's a habitual way of thinking. So yeah, I can't help with that too much unless like we were working it together for a while. Um, you know, oh, the Fuecoco is a little big, huh? And in that case, yeah, you gotta not compare yourself. Like we, and I did this so much in college, right? Try to think of me like little baby in college. Um, I was looking at artists that had been in the industry for 20 years at the time, and I'd only been doing it for 6 months, you know? And I was doing a direct one-on-one comparison between my work and their work. And to make things even worse and less logical than that, I was looking at my works in progress and sketches and practices versus their finished work, right? Rendered, edited, post-processed, wonderful, 10 out of 10 work, right? Um, and I was just so consumed by it. Like I remember I used to like open ArtStation in the morning before I started working, and like that's so self-defeating. You know what I mean? It was both inspiring and defeating at the same time. Um, like nowadays, I don't feel that way anymore. I gotta tell you, like I try not to compare myself to other artists because I the only reason I feel better is because I've done it enough and I've lived enough to know that even though I'm not the best, I'm still making a hell of a living. I'm still doing just fine. You know, like everything's fine. Best or not best, right? Everything's fine for me. But you don't get to get that feeling until you get there. You know what I mean? Like, so the same thing happened whenever I spent 4 years literally beating myself up every day because I decided to be a technical artist. That if you're new here, I'm a professional technical artist who does characters for freelance and on the side. Um, so I had to take on two completely opposite parts of the industry at the same time. Whereas some of my peers who started character arts at around the same time I did, they got better twice as fast as me. Not because I'm half as good, but because I was spending most of my time learning tech arts. You know, I wasn't dedicating the 24/7 to that character art like I was. And that stuff, man, it like ate me alive for years, years and years and years. Until one day I happened to have gotten good enough at both sides of the industry to for it to magically from one day to the other not matter anymore. Like, isn't that so freaking weird? And that's perspective I never would have had until it happened. And then I was like, only looking back, I was like, oh. I've also gotten a bunch of like other perspectives. So I used to have this idea when I was younger that I couldn't just be an artist. I had to be the best artist. The best. You guys, so you know, like my father used to call me like on Sunday afternoons and be like, "Hey Carol, like, I hope you're not overworking. Like, it's okay to not be the best. Like, you shouldn't even want to be the best. What's the point?" And I'm like, what? What kind of anti pep talk is this? That's not what the energy I need right now. We gotta work. um, you know, and um, I'm gonna give it like a puffy tail. I think like some sort of like. Sorry, guys. I know sometimes I switch topics a little fast, but I give it like a bird tail or something. And now I'm realizing, you know, you don't have to be the best. You don't even have, honestly, you don't even have to be good at this point. Like, like as long as you're tenacious, like you'll be okay. You know. Okay, that not be a good thing. Like, it doesn't apply to everything. All right, just hear me out. Like, it doesn't apply to everything. Please don't take this advice. You have to, if you want a job in a competitive field, you have to be good. Okay, but you also have to be well connected, right? Well connected people Like they tend to have an easier time get landing jobs and things like that. Maybe more feathers. You have to be competitive, yeah. I saw this some artist on Instagram posted this thing. So let me find it. I took a screenshot. Okay. It's from Dangerous Woman on Twitter. Whatever you think you can't do, just know that there's someone who is confidently doing it wrong right now. They have no plans at doing it better either, and people are paying them to do it. Please believe in your own excellence as much as they believe in their mediocrity. Like it's just so hard to compare yourself, but know that out there's people that are absolutely much worse than you, doing having a great career. And just try not to compare yourself too much. One thing that I go through with my mentees a lot and students is that there's this magical thoughts in our heads that goes, I can't do this thing until blank, right? I can't apply to this job until I am really good at this one thing, or until I put 5 more pieces in my portfolio, or until whatever. It's like saying you can't go to the water park until you've lost 20 pounds, right? You guys know that feeling, probably. A lot of you do. Anyway, it's very common. Thank you, Sage. You can tell them why those comparisons are destructive. You're the best to me, but question, how long did it take for you to feel above average level-wise, or not look at others' work and get depressed? They're way better. Okay. I don't think I'm above average. There was a time where I was, but I'm not. I'm not above average. Dancy Reaver. Oh my god. Welcome to the stream, Raiders. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We were talking about some hard-hitting, heavy topics. Adam WW3, thank you so much for the follow. How you doing? How you guys doing? Hey, James Hennigan, by the way, I saw you in chat and didn't say hi yet. How rude of me. I want to lose 20 pounds. Okay. Feel free to lose 20 pounds. That's not the point. The point is that you can't put off living your life and taking risks until everything's perfect. Because it will never be perfect. Like, that's the thing, right? It will never be perfect, dudes and ladies. It will never be, and you'll never feel ready. Odds are, by the time you feel ready, it's too late, and I would be willing to bet money that you'll never feel ready. Anyway, right? Because thoughts and reality are not always perfectly aligned, one might say. Right? We're very delusional people. We have a lot of thought distortions, like it happens, and depending on who you are, like, your thoughts might even limit you, a little bit in the future. But so what happens is my mentees and my students will be like, I really want to apply to this job, and I'm like, this is the perfect job for me. And I'm like, okay. They just posted it, like, you're early, like, we can do it, like, let's work on your cover letter. And then they're like, hell no. I can't apply. There's no way. Are they gonna blacklist me? Like, they can't apply because they don't feel ready. And I understand that feeling 100%. I've never gotten a job or an opportunity that I felt ready for, guys. Like, ever. That's not a realistic measure of anything. Some of my mentees are readier than I ever was, right? It's for anything. And they don't want to take risks. They have this, like, way too high standards, perfectionism, just always rearing its ugly head all the time. Yeah, it's just a really tough situation to be in, right? And it's not until you take that risk and it actually works out in your favor that you're like, oh shoot, oh, I get it now. And always remember, when you feel like you're not ready for something, talk to a professional. First thing, talk to a professional. Talk to me. Like, or somebody else, anybody. I'm just offering myself, and see like if you're being too hard on yourself, or like if there's something you can do to be like more to improve your odds and things like that. But like especially if you haven't had your first job yet, like it's really hard to gauge. Um, you know, two, um, you know, how do I put it? Like, I I don't know how to put it. I'll think about it and think about my next topic for a second. Doubt is definitely a dream killer, but the second guessing is brutal. Yeah, like literally, like we limit ourselves more than anybody could probably. And all of these things are self-fulfilling prophecies, right? Self-fulfilling prophecies normally. Um, Look, James, I don't know if I saw your original message. Okay, what a weird coincidence. Just today I was talking to someone in film and TV, gave me an opportunity, did well, but because I just started a new job, they focused on other modelers, but still wanted to keep me in mind. So that's something. For context, it was all contract work, and I have a family to support, so not in the cards at the moment. I mean, it's a pretty good opportunity to be in. It's a good position to be in whenever you turn down jobs. Yeah. I mean, that's the dream. Um, yeah, guys. Like going back to the topic, Abyssal Pearl, hi. Um, I have never ever felt ready for anything in my life. Do you guys think I felt ready to stream? You guys think I felt ready to like start a YouTube channel? Like, no, guys, like, no. You guys think I feel ready to apply for my very first job in the industry? No, never. I always think I'm not good enough, right? Every time. I'm like, how delusional I must be to think that they would even consider me. No matter how like much my career evolves, right? I think it's just imposter syndrome and stuff, and like I gotta let you know, like for most people that doesn't go away as far as I know. Definitely didn't for me. And so you know, can't really can't really can't really trust that can't really trust that inner voice that says you're not good enough. Like just do it anyway. Like okay, I suck. Okay, then they're just gonna reject me. Send. Send email. Send question. Send request. Send job application. Like you gotta do that shit, regardless. There's this quote that's like, "Do it scared." I think is the quote. I don't know how we got into this topic. I'm gonna be honest. Um, Às vezes eu fico triste por me sentir muito atrasado em relação ao meio, mas algo que me tranquiliza bastante é lembrar que cada um está na sua caminhada e que a vida não é uma corrida. É verdade, Joaquim. Com certeza ela não é uma corrida. Por mais que eu, às vezes, também sinta que ela seja, né? É, é assim. I want more booty bump. I have not achieved the extreme booty bump I am looking for. I'm just gonna like bring this whole thing down. Oh. No. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. What was your first job in the industry and how did it go? Great question. So, before I'm going to tell you the first like meaningful job I had in the industry, okay? Like the first job that I actually earned good money in, that like was actually like professional and all of that. Cuz before that I had internships and things like that weren't quite as awesome. So the very first job in the industry I had was as a basically junior level technical artist at a company called HTX Labs, which is still going strong. I loved that job very much, like for a long time anyway. And I don't know if I regret the booty bump. Hey, whatever, let's keep it for now. The way it went was, um, I had just graduated and I was super stressed out about starting my job search, and I was procrastinating it, as usual, because I felt like I wasn't ready, right? So it all ties in together. I had 90 days to get a job because I was on a student visa or be deported, basically. And then I just kept procrastinating it because I thought I sucked, basically. And I'm like, I gotta do more portfolio stuff, more. Like, I can't do this kind of thing, right? At the end of the day, it was just like a protection mechanism. I was too scared of being rejected. So I didn't want to apply, which is a whole other topic, right? And so I finished the piece and I posted it on Facebook, and my teacher, one of my best teachers, shared it on her Facebook profile, and she was much more well connected than I was. So the right person saw it, and it only got. I have this story in my book. It only got 13 likes or something like that, but man, it was the right likes. You know what I mean? Because somebody messaged me, and they were like, "Hey, I just saw your arts, like that Juan shared." That was the teacher's name. Do you want to come to our company for an interview? And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll interview. Sounds good." And so I interviewed with them. They offered me the job right away. I never even applied to any jobs. Um, and I stayed there for 4 years. I became the art lead eventually, from the junior to art lead. But then eventually the culture changed and I ended up leaving. I'm gonna thin out this tail right here. I'm just improving dino anatomy at this point, hoping for the best. And that was it. Like that was how easy it was. But like, of course, there's a whole lead up to the story, right? Like, how did it happen so fast, so easily? It's all in my book, which I'm still writing. But yeah, sticking out those leggies right there. James says, I normally turn it down. If it was full time, I would have jumped, but I had work for 2 months and none for 6 months. That's a tough pill to swallow. Then I have a steady job right now. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that stuff. Hi, Shader Keeper. Sparkles. Elsrek said, bless you. Good start. That was really the right amount of times, or amount of likes at the right time. Yeah. I have that story in my book because here's a very common thing that happens is like artists will get on Instagram or whatever and then become obsessed with the analytics, right? Um, you know, my art's not getting enough likes. But I guess in those situations, you just gotta remember, why are you even posting in the first place, right? What is it for? Is it to get likes? Like likes don't buy lunch, you know what I mean? Um, so what you gotta do is you gotta keep that in mind as you post on social media, right? Never forget the actual goal, the actual point of it all, which for most people is to gain clients, job opportunities. Unless you want to be an influencer, I mean, that's good too. What is this perspective? Let's turn it off temporarily. I'm gonna make one toe and then just copy and paste it. Oh, I should have kept it symmetrical. Never mind. Oh, maybe if I turn local symmetry on. There we go. I don't know why I chose rectangle. Some days I choose different shapes for this. You remesh that? My message was really long time ago. It depends on when I see the message. I don't think it's the lag. I think I was just busy talking. Off topic, I have that Intuos tablet. I think I'm heavy-handed because the sensitivity is hard to get when I soft press or hard press. Do you use default settings or do you use special settings for ZBrush? I use special settings just for me because I am light-handed. So I just end up having set like the softness all the way up, which is probably the opposite of what you want to do since you're heavy-handed. I'm gonna go ahead and already add in a little bit of a claw. I'm going to go to what's the brush? Insert primitives. List polysphere. Oop. I suppose not, so I'll just append. Oops. Thin it out. Thin it out this way too. Then snake hook and AccuCurve turned on to make it pointy. Gonna do that. And then just straighten it out a little bit. Zero mesh. Let's see, I've missed so many chats. How do you stay focused on a project? I always have great ideas and then you get into it and then it's like I hit a wall and then I can't go back to it. Any advice on beating, not staying focused? Yeah, I have like a whole page on this somewhere on the internet that I've written up. Let's see. There's like, the thing about that particular piece of advice is that it is not universal, right? So we're all motivated by different things. Go ahead and fill object here. We're all motivated by different things, and a little bit of motivation won't work for everybody. Like for example, for me, when I need to finish a piece, I literally just first I make sure that it's worth it. So like sometimes I try not to embrace like sunk cost fallacy stuff, as in like, you know, I've already spent so much time on this piece, I'm gonna finish it. Like if it's not worth it, I'm not going to finish it, and I'll move on to the next one. However, you know, it's kind of a horrible practice to just continuously do that, right? So I try to remember this one video I watched some time ago, which is like talking about like the psychology of not finishing things. Does he only have 2 toes? Well, he has 3 now. Kind of like thinking a little bit about the consequences sometimes of not finishing things, right? There's certain psychological phenomenons, like when you don't keep promises to yourself, it degrades your self-esteem. You can no longer rely on yourself. Gonna go ahead and auto group real fast before I keep going. And then mirror. Not local symmetry though. if you can't believe in if you can't trust yourself, then that will have terrible, terrible effects on your self-esteem as an artist, right? By trust yourself, I mean like, oh, deep down, next time you start a new piece, you're gonna know deep down that you're not gonna finish this one either. And when you do the next one, you're gonna know you're not gonna finish this one either. And that will have, you know, an effect on your motivation, and just generally, like, it just kind of sinks you in deeper and deeper and deeper, right? So remember that, right? Finish it, even if it's not your best work. Finish it. Like a lot of people get stuck perfecting forever and ever and ever. I understand that. I'm like that too sometimes. But like, just finish it. You don't have to show it to anybody. Just finish it. The more pieces you finish, if you are struggling with finishing things, the more your self-esteem will grow and grow and grow, as your subconscious learns to that you're trustworthy again. And it will happen. Maybe like it only takes like 1 or 2 pieces to finish, to be honest, to like get back on that horse, so to speak. I can't say there's a trick to this. Like, you just have to discipline yourself, like have discipline. Sometimes discipline is the only thing you can do, right? Like a athlete or a warrior or something, right? Discipline. Do it even though you don't feel like it. That is what discipline, right? We got little toes now. Let's go ahead and save. I haven't saved in a while. Is it best to have separate social media accounts for your art? So, I don't have social media for my personal life. Well, I guess I have like a secret Instagram somewhere, but like I don't really use it. I prefer personally to have a professional Instagram presence or social media presence because one, future employers and clients are going to search for it and they're going to find it. Two, I don't see the appeal personally of having a personal social media account, so I don't, but it's just a good idea. Plus, you know, a lot of people that are following you for your art probably don't want to see, like, you know, your dinner or something. These tablet buttons or keyboard? I use keyboard with my other hand. Yes, yes. Gedano, hi Anna, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to ask a thing about VR. Have you ever tried Codon? Yeah, I have tried Codon. I was on their beta, and yeah. This is hitting home. Did I miss the chat? Everybody's talking to Shader Keeper, but I... Have you ever worked in substance painter? Yeah, all the time. If I wanted to be called out like this, I would just visit my family. Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't want to call you out. But you know, all these struggles, we all go through them. I've made a lot of huge progress this year as far as like my mindset and stuff, and I figured out that like I've learned my patterns now, most of them anyway. Patterns, triggers, rhythms, right? And I've come to find that hell, like expecting consistent work ethic from myself is not for me, right? And hear me out. This sounds bad. We're going to talk about it. So, I work in phases, right? Some days I will wake up out of bed and I'll be like itching to work and I'm like, let's go, right? Some days it will be administrative work. Some days it will be arts, right? I love to work. I'm a workaholic. So some days that's the truth. And for a lot of you guys, yes, for sure. Some days I'm like, I can't get in it, right? It just happens, right? Luckily, I've put myself in a position now where my life can have that fluctuation and it's totally okay. I mean, like when you're working professionally, like on a studio, nobody cares if you're inspired or not, you know what I mean? But I've used to feel terrible guilt and shame. In fact, like I even had a little bit of a relapse yesterday because I was feeling bad because I'm still recovering from GDC and like I want to get so much stuff done, but I can't as much as I was before, you know? But like just allowing myself to have that fluctuation and not judging myself has been like a huge thing for me. And somehow I end up being more productive through it. Some of you guys are going to benefit from doing like a perfect schedule 9 to 5. Wake up at 8, I go to the gym, at 9 p.m. I start, and then at 5 I clock out, you know. Such person. So, like, being able to self reflect, notice your patterns, journal, and all of that is extremely helpful as well. It goes even further, like, what motivates you? What's your big picture? What's your dream? What are your ambitions? Be honest with yourself. Speaking of ambitions, a lot of you guys know I'm like one of the most ambitious people uh, on the earth. Just kidding. I'm very ambitious. Extremely ambitious. Always have been as a child and everything. But a lot of my mentees and students are extremely ambitious too, but they're too ashamed or unaccepting of their ambitions, right? They don't feel comfortable with their ambitions. They're like, deep down, I want to make a lot of money, but I'm an artist in the games industry, so everybody will hate me if I say that. So instead, I'm gonna say I just really like art, you know. And it's true, we all like art, but you know that doesn't have to be the only thing. And like being honest with yourself, like if you take one thing away from today's stream, like don't be afraid to look hard inside and like be honest with yourself, like you know, and figure out your rhythms, your patterns, what makes you have a good day, what makes you have a bad day. Be self-forgiving, right? Like with the bad days. And what makes you tick, because knowing what makes you tick is like step number one, in my opinion. What makes you tick? What's the freaking point? Why are you even here? So many people come to me and they're like, I can't motivate myself to do art today. And I'm like, okay, let's think big picture. Why are you even doing art in the first place, babe? And they're like, I don't know. Just liked it when I was a kid, I guess. Okay, that's not going to get you out of bed, right? That's just not going, for most people, that's not going to get you out of bed, you know? And how are you supposed to have that fire driving you forward if you don't even know why you're doing it in the first place, right? Think about it and be truly honest with yourself, right? Some people want fame. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people want money. Nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with it at all. Watch out for this winter toy manufacturing. I'm really sorry, winter toy manufacturing, if you're legit, but that looks to me like it's a spam bot trying to scam people. So don't click on that, okay? I'm gonna block them. But don't click on that, people. Like if somebody reaches out to you about a job and they ask you to for example get on like Telegram or something or send them money, like never do it, okay? Send work and then we'll pay you, like just don't do it. Don't fall for that stuff. Sounds good? How was GDC? GDC was a great, but not my best. Normally GDC is like my moments of death and rebirth. It's like my New Year's. If that's what GDC is for me. It's better than Christmas. However, this year it was smaller, it was more chill, less death, more rebirth and rebirth, less death and rebirth. Let's make the head bigger, right? What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and go to transpose master, T-pose mesh. The head is way off. Oh gosh, nope, no, undo. Ah, shit. It's okay. We fix. So we're gonna take off the sphere rig and try again. So GDC was fine. I was feeling really shy the first day I was there because I've gotten used to not socializing for like a year, 2 years. And all of a sudden, like everything felt really, really different and forced for a while. But then eventually, I got back into it. That's great. I'm gonna make a TikTok. Oh gosh, Symmetry's off. I want Sculpt in VR. Do you suggest buy it? Can you tell me your personal experience? So, I don't have a favorite VR sculpting platform right now. Kodon is very good, but it's still in beta. So like, it's like $19. Like buy it. You know, like it's not a big. If you want to buy it, buy it. Um, Substance, Adobe Substance is coming out with a new one too, which is like really nice actually, as well. But yeah. Pokemad said, "Can you work in Substance Painter without root topology? Because when I make a low poly model and bake, it always looks so much worse. So if it looks worse, then you're doing something wrong. I'm just gonna start there in the most loving way possible, right? Baking is a huge part of the process, especially if you're trying to go into games. So I recommend getting that process down really good. Um, you can do it without root topology, yeah, sure. I mean, nobody's gonna stop you. Depending on how many polygons you're putting in, it's gonna make Substance lag or crash. And you know, but I've done high poly stuff in Substance, like it's no big deal at all. But you're also not gonna put that in the game ready portfolio. You know what I mean? We reacted to saying no, Dinta, you won't finish something. Ah, gotcha. Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm like 4 pages behind in chat. I'll just go straight to questions. I need fire. I a long time ago was learning sculpture and never try again. So confusing, ah. There's a lot of stuff to know, so like it's very overwhelming for beginners. So what you gotta do is take it slow. Just find one tutorial in the right software that does like the very basics, and then follow that, and forget that there's any other buttons, right? And then add little by little new things to learn. What games did you work on? Rusted, nothing that you've ever heard of, because all of my career has been in serious games. As Elon Musk said, if you need motivation to do something, don't do it. Well, that's gonna be real tough because I don't. Sometimes I don't even have the motivation to get out of bed. I'll just tell everybody. I'm like, today I'm spending the whole day in bed because Elon Musk said I should. Elon Musk gave me the license for this. Yeah, this might be a bigger. Oh, Jack, thank you. I'm glad you guys liked the talk. Do you just use Zbrush UV? No, I UV in Maya or somewhere else normally. Oh, I'm caught up, guys. Hooray! I'm caught up with chats. Look at me. Pro. I'm gonna skip the hands. I don't feel like this thing needs hands. Let's put in the crest. So what kind of crest are we going for here? So it kind of looks like a feather, or maybe a apple leaf. We're just gonna do something totally random for now, and then improve later. Okay. So curve trifill, make it nice and skinny. Oh, there's two. Great. Grape. Okay, let's do that again. No. Better. Click. Oh no. No. What are those little issues? Oh. Okay, we'll fix that later. And then we'll just paint it the right color. Split it off first, split unmasked points. Yellow is the right color, like a slightly warmer than that. Oh, wrong one. Selected, great. And then maybe we can make the tail yellow later, like do that so I don't forget. And then maybe like down the center and get a little with a yellow. Oh, oops, wrong color selected. Oh, and then it gets white at the bottom. Okay, I can do that. Too much white. Ancient birds don't need hands. I think that quote makes no sense. You gotta have motivation at one point. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if we are taking advice from Elon Musk, we've gone wrong at some point. Not that I don't like Elon Musk, it's just that I don't think he's the guy for us, you know? For me. I'm not speaking for you guys either. I just want to say I'm loving your tutorials, please to understand and follow. I can't wait for more. Thank you, James! I appreciate it. I'm recording one tonight, actually. And now I have a video editor, so they're not gonna look bad anymore. Yeah. He's here, actually. Go for a punk vibe, but wasn't the last game punk vibes, right? Oh, Sword and Shield had punk vibes. This one has I think it's inspired by the country of Mexico. I think so. Or like Central America in general. Okay, so the block out is nearly there. I've been working a little slower than usual, but it's okay. I'm gonna stream for another hour, and then I'm going to break off to go to the party, the mixer party that I'm holding for my mentees and workshoppers. If you want to participate in that and you're not in the mentorship yet, I've forgotten completely to do promos. Let me get my links here. If you would like to participate in tonight's party, like with me online on Discord, or participate in my weekly 3D sculpting lessons, which are not like streams, they are lessons on Discord in which we go through an entire project throughout the month together with feedback and tips and tricks and demos, and it's full-on class environments. Feel free to check out my Gumroad for the Wednesday workshop. Let me get that for you. Right there. Right there. Let me put that on YouTube as well. Okay. If you're new here and you haven't yet, make sure to follow me on social media. It's the best place to get a hold of me, ask me questions when I'm not live, see my latest artwork, my latest free content and things like that will all be announced through social media, my schedule as well. If you're enjoying this community of awesome people, make sure to join the Discord. We got so much going on in the Discord, you know, people helping each other and things like that. It's just a very positive, beautiful community of 3D artists. There are thousands of us actually on Discord right at this point. Should I keep it? There's a party? Yeah, there's a party right after this, but it's only for my workshoppers and mentees. It's basically where I get on Discord and have fun and chit chat. Normally I do them on Saturdays, so I'm not expecting a huge turnout. Just cause. By the way, I also do one-on-one mentorship, so if you'd like to work with me, like if you want to get your career to the next level and you need somebody to hold you accountable, help you with your self-discipline, like help you know where you stand as far as your goals, your weaknesses and strengths, and help you like move forward with confidence. You need support, help, somebody to talk to. Join my mentorship. I still have like 3 spots, okay? And that's for the year, FYI. Like after those 3 spots are gone, and there's already people thinking about buying them, I'm done. Like I'm not opening again unless somebody drops out. So we're like full for the year almost. So 3 more spots available. I will put the link in again, just in case. I wish I could open more spots. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but it's a lot of work to do one-on-one mentorships. You know, because you're always having meetings and like helping people with their critiques and things like that. So I can only have so many so many people at the same time. Oh, another thing, another announcement is I'm planning on doing a few mini workshops, like one-offs. The first workshop is going to be how to create short-form video and go viral on TikTok and Instagram Reels. It's a weird topic, I know. The reason I'm doing it is because right now all social media companies are conspiring to only showcase to other people the work that you post up if it's video form. So in order to like move forward with social media, if you're trying to grow, you need to be making video. I know. It went from a 15-second screenshot to like having to edit stuff. I know, it sucks, right? But when done well and done right, it can take your career to new levels that you weren't expecting, right? So I'm gonna do a workshop on that very soon. So stay tuned for that. You know, join my Discord, join my social media, and all of that will be announced through there. Crystal Art, how you doing? How you doing? I like to put cinnamon in my drinks, but it just means that I have to keep swirling, otherwise it like clumps. Let's add ice. Ice feel like a good idea, right? Also like improve general. Oh no, Symmetry has broken it again. Why do I keep doing that today? I'm gonna go for something a little bit more like rar, you know. Push that back and then like add in secondary. Kind of messy, but it'll get better. This is we're gonna have to finish this next week. And then since today I'm stopping the stream early, comparatively because of the party that I'm throwing for you guys. Next week we'll do a challenge. How does that sound? Oh wait, it's my birthday. Birthday stream / challenge. Trelligan, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Mage, I've seen your TikToks. Those videos are amazing, informative, and quick. Perfect for today's attention span. I know, right? It's okay. I more than make up for it by doing hour-long streams. But yeah, TikToks are great, man. Like posting pictures on Instagram at this point is kind of a waste of time. And most people aren't like that actually post aren't quite ready to give up on Instagram, I don't think. Split. Unmasked points. I'll probably give in and also hire somebody to edit my TikToks one day. But for now, I'm doing it myself. Teeth, right? And tongue. We need that. Hey, Lucifer OP, how you doing? Do you recommend learning Blender for fun? And would it be easier if I use 3ds Max Revit in my studies? Oh, Josh Foreman, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Welcome to our little 3D art family. Welcome, welcome. Hi, how was your stream? What were you streaming? Clicked the wrong thing. Hi. Um, so question, do I learn Blender for fun, and would 3ds Max help with that? So I think so. You know, if you know any 3D software, you can learn others. It's really not a big deal, right? The hard part of learning software is the actual theory parts, like what is a bevel? How does that work? You know, how does topology flow? That's the hard part. The easy part is knowing which buttons to click, right? Um, and Blender is a great tool to learn. I would learn it if I had the time. I mean, I fully plan on it. I have it downloaded and everything. I want Latini, I wants to know how to make a video from the undo history because I want to make a TikTok video. Can you tell me, please? Yeah. What you do is you go to movie, record forward history, and record backward history. I don't want to click it right now because I don't know if it's gonna take a long time, but I think that's how you do it. And I haven't done it in so long. Maybe you need to set that before you start sculpting. Yeah, I think you need to be recording while you're working, so you can't wait until the end to click the buttons. I think you need to click them before you start. Judge Foreman, pretty good. Zbrushing my company logo. Golden lion head, nice. You should make a 1 day challenge so that we can create along with you during a stream. Maybe show what we did in the end. Yes, I used to do that all the time, and I plan on doing it again. I used to do that almost every Sunday last year. Um, but how do I put it? It's just really hard to coordinate stuff, you know, and plan. I really do need an assistant. Then you guys want to be my assistant? Hit me up. I thought, isn't this Blender? No, this is ZBrush. ZBrush. Turn off dynamic because it's a little annoying sometimes. So I don't know what to do for the teeth because he has like cute little teeth at the front. What am I gonna do for the teeth? First, I'm just gonna make one. Make it thin. Kind of shaping it a little bit. Gotta fix that little bit right there, a little pinch. And then when we zero mesh, hopefully it won't be a problem. Pinching the sides. Okay. Let's see if this kind of tooth is gonna work for me. Let's see. We'll find out. Yeah, it's Zbrush. Tô só esperando a stream acabar pra me candidatar. Pode se candidatar já agora e quando acabar eu mando mensagem de volta. Okay, so I'm gonna duplicate that and hide the original. Mirror it up. We're gonna have to add more teeth. This thing is gonna look really goofy if I don't. Oop. And go ahead and hit mirror and welds. switch back on. Maybe make it more intense. Looks kind of cute. But yeah. I'm going to go to the restroom real fast. I will be right back, alright? Let me see if my BRB things. Okay. Oh, my camera is... Oh, there it is. Hi. Alright, I'm back, peoples. Come on. Alright. He's staring at me. He's like, Mother, I want attention, but I do not want to go on the chair. What else do you guys want to talk about? I had more topics to talk about today, but I forgot what they were. Come on. You know what to do. Yeah. Okay. All right. He's copied my sculpt while I was away. That's okay. If I ever work on something that's like secret, I won't want to be copied, but otherwise, like, it's fine. Sparkles. This vibe, my man. You see that? If I try to take my hand away, he'll grab it. See that? Let me out. Okay, stay there. Stay there, though. Relax your booty. Alright, so let's continue. I'll finish this next stream for sure, but I still got quite a bit to go. Road Stark, hi, thank you so much for the follow, I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. What were the other topics I wanted to talk about? Can't have been that important, right? I suppose since I'm blocking out, I should just block out the little arms. I'm gonna give him like raptor feathers on the arms. What was the challenge there? Next week we're just gonna do Pokemon Gen 9. I'm just getting a head start. Then we have a Dino Platypus. A lot of dinos look like Dino Platypuses if you think about it. Ah, so hungry. Okay, Dino wings. Let's see. Gonna do them. Okay, Z-spheres. Append a Z-sphere. We're gonna make it a little smaller. You remember that their arms are facing inwards, like they're clapping. So we'll do that. Keep it tight next to the body. Kind of how like the original Pokemon has it. I have an entire tutorial on Z-spheres, FYI, in case that's not something you normally use, on YouTube. Can I participate in the challenge with Blender? Of course! When the challenge is ready, like, I'll explain, but basically the challenge is an art challenge. I've had people in the past compose music for the challenge. Like, you can do whatever the heck you want. It's an art challenge. It's just about being creative together. Cannot find the right one. And hide the original Z-spheres and append new arm in. Color it. Then I'm going to use the same fingers as the toes for the fingers, but I'm going to real fast go ahead and grab the curved tri-film. Make it small. And then just add a few feathers. Apparently it doesn't want to. Let me go ahead and delete lower. Okay. Choose the same color here. I don't know how to arrange these. I might need to find some more reference. I'm going to go ahead and split unmasked points just to have two separate subtools. You can just control and drag, and Zbrush will make copies of stuff for you in case you don't know. I'm just gonna move topological, which only moves one thing at the time, and just kind of update. I think the whole thing's too big. Actually, I think the bottom feather needs to be the longest. And then maybe another one. Let's auto group because I forgot to auto group. So polygroups, auto groups. Come on. I don't know why it was being difficult. Somewhere like that. You thought Fuecoco was a red pepper? I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know. So Cosma, thank you. I've thought about Fuecoco. I read that. Okay, cool. This reminds me a bit of Tyrantrum. I think that could be a cool inspiration. Let me Google that because I don't know what that is. Oh. Oh, T-Rex dinosaur. Okay. Mine's gonna be cuter though. Your hair video is a lifesaver. Nova's Lights, I actually came up with a better way to do hair after that, so I'm gonna make a new video soon. Maybe tonight. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna be able to record tonight, but we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna just thin out the little arm a little bit, a little pinch from the back. Okay, let's mirror these. Mirror, 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 where is that? And then maybe a little flare. Save first. Is there a way to copy a subtool, move it, and then paste the same subtool multiple times, but with that space from having moved it? Ah. Oh, yes, yes. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I used it in my tutorial with the horn, so basically something like this. I'm gonna make Polymesh 3D. So you control drag, and then you let go and you continue. Like that. Let me make more space here. So control drag, and if you just let go of control and continue dragging, it will continue copying it at the exact distance interval that you had it originally. So hold down control, select the arrow, drag. Once you're happy with the distance, let go of control, but don't let go of the arrow, and then continue. But if you go too fast, by the way, like it might skip a beat or something. Brush snake. What feather drama? I don't know. I do think it needs a little drama though. I wonder if I can add some sort of like, since you guys were mentioning bell peppers, like bell pepper elements. No worries, Chris. KCM137-ish, thank you. Or, hello. July, hello, welcome. It's so cool seeing you guys roll in from YouTube. This is my first YouTube stream ever, so... what instances do you recommend to use subtools in polygroups and or polygroups? Because the purpose of them both is to separate your mesh into pieces. Yes, but polygroups can be the same mesh. So like you can have a totally merged, unified mesh that has multiple polygroups, and then you can still do a bunch of cool operations on it based on the polygroups, especially if you're doing like hard surface modeling stuff. You can also mask kind of by polygroups too. There's a lot of cool things you can do with polygroups. It just keeps the mesh organized. Um, different subtools is whenever I know things are going to be separate for a while and I want to be able to edit one without messing with the other too much. But a lot of these are going to get merged together after, when I'm done blocking, because we're going to need to dynamesh them together. Oh, I forgot the tongue, didn't I? Evan, how you doing? That's not quite right, Mage. I don't know if I can explain every scenario in which I'd use subtool versus polygroups, but subtools, you're still going to need subtools for your finished piece. Just things that aren't merged together, for example, should be in separate subtools. So if I'm making a character that has a hat, the hat should be its own subtool. I'm gonna mirror this one real fast and use it as the tongue. Deformation, mirror on the Y. Oh, it's cute actually. A happy accident. But it looks like it's wearing a little helmet now. I'm gonna duplicate that and keep the accidental helmets. And choose like a dusty pink. Happy little accidents, yeah. Bavin, sure, go ahead. Insert tongues are the most forgetful things. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes it be like that. Such a Bob Ross moments. So, question time. What is the biggest ambition of yours that you either already have achieved or are close to achieving? Yeah, legit curious. I should bring my Rigatito in just because for inspiration. This wrong one. They're gonna go together. They're basically a set, so we should put them together. Um, my ambitions are they always change, right? Like I'll always achieve a thing, and then like all of a sudden I don't care about the thing anymore, and I want like a whole other career thing. Um, I'm so close to finishing my first portfolio piece to start my career as a character artist. Nice. Beto, a gente é meio difícil, mas minha maior vontade é um dia trabalhar na Riot. Yeah. You can also say what is your most biggest ambition. What is your biggest ambition? Probably being able to have a form of passive income I feel comfortable enough to have, so I can fulfill the life, passions, and hobbies. Oh my god, July. Yeah, same. I mean, like, I try to do that all the time. Um, and I actually am going to work on something during the summer to set something up. During the summer, since I'm a college teacher, I have the summer off, which is super freaking cool. And I'm going to do a streaming marathon. So put that down in your calendars, people. I'm gonna do a streaming marathon for an entire month, streaming almost every day, and I'm gonna put together like D&D minis, and then like just put them for like $3 on mini stores and stuff like that. It's gonna be really cool. What's your main ambition right now? Where do you teach college? Do you teach just Zbrush or other 3D programs too? So, Casey, I teach at the Ringling College of Art and Design, and I teach a hell of a lot more than 3D modeling, actually. I teach game design, development, VR development, tech arts, project management, and ZBrush stuff. I haven't gotten to teach a lot of ZBrush, only when I did like a freshman class that had like all the 3D softwares that we use, kind of like being taught briefly. Yeah, I teach a lot because you have to understand, even though I stream character arts and I do it as a freelance, I work as a technical artist full time. I've always have. So I teach a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Being hired by some company and working as a character artist. I have quite a few things posted in my portfolio. Abyssal, I would love to participate in making a video game as an artist. Nice. And what kind of artist specifically you gonna go for? Chris, I'm currently making a small video game on my own, and I hope it turns out well. What was the question? What is your greatest ambition? Artistverse says, how did you get your job at Ringling? Danielle Play, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it a whole bunch. I think I don't get notifications for YouTube, so if you guys follow me on YouTube, like I won't see. But thank you for the collective YouTube follows, if there are any. Let's see. How did I get my job at Ringling? Great question. So, in January of 2020, I was still working as a tech artist, but I had recently become unhappy at my current job. Svetlana Lana, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had just become unhappy at my job. And I don't know what it was. I was just sitting there and I was like, you know what would be really cool? To be a teacher. Of course, when I said that, I wasn't thinking college professor, right? I was thinking like teaching, just teaching a little bit here and there. So I started thinking about it more. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I could be a teacher. Like, I think I could at this point, like part-time or something. So that was January. Then in February, I got a message, a text message from somebody who works at Ringling, and they were like, "Hi, you want to apply here? We have an opening." And I was like, that is eerily coincidental. Like I just breathed it out into the universe like last month that I wanted to be a teacher. So I applied, and the rest is history. It was just very straightforward like that. Like I can't tell you that I worked like that I worked hard for it. I went out to conventions and I networked, and like no, it was automatic. Like whoop. Oh, here's your wish. But I gotta tell you, like, this is a whole other conversation for a whole other time, or maybe even for today, which is like, you know, I've designed my entire life around never having another difficult job search. That it was one of my main ambitions and goals, right? Since we're talking about that stuff, I never want to be unemployed or struggling to find a job. Like that is mm-mm, it's not what I want, right? That's not what anybody here wants. Nevocaine girl, thank you so much for the follow. It's not what I want. So, what I did is, while I'm happily employed, um, I I work as if how do I put it? Like I move as if I was always investing in that next job search, right? I'm not just lucky like jobs fall on my lap. I'm always investing in my ability to be findable, to know the right people that are looking. A Google search could come with my name. So like always working to do that investment because I really like that was one of my main things out of college. I'm like, I do not want this, right? Because the industry that we're in, right, as a collective, it is so competitive and it's so fickle, right? Um, you'll work for 5 years on a project at a AAA company or something, movie studio, ship it, like finally everybody will be able to play your game or watch your movie, and then you get laid off because the project's done. And then you gotta start the whole process again of like finding a job. That's not what I want, right? Um, so that's a whole other talk for another time, and it's actually everything that my book is about. I'm starting to get bored of my job. No, that's a good sign. It means you're ready to move on. Moving to London and working as a character artist. Nice, Danielle. Well, that's awesome. Wrangling sounds like an awesome college. That PT professor life. Also, college teacher represent nice. I'm full time professor, but I still get the summer. I don't know. Do people everybody get summer off? I get the summer off. I would like to participate as a 3D artist, but I'm not there yet. Gonna get there soon, though. Try again. Same here. Just gotta grind out the practicing again. Artist versus world is amazing. I wonder if they're spying on you. Boba's Bingas. I loved wrangling. Honestly, missed it so much. What major did you do? Novazoids. I lived that and it sucks ass. Yeah, it's not appealing lifestyle. So let's get into that. Like we still have time. I have about 20 more minutes to stream. So I'm mostly gonna focus on talking now. I think the blockout is basically over. So the next stream I'll finish this. Oh, let's read what this says. Bavin. I recently applied for a job in one gaming studio. The studio was open in 2019. They made only 2 games for PlayStation and Xbox. They have 11 members in the studio right now. They wanted to hire me, but they said they will not pay me anything. They said to me they are working on equity based. They are giving me equity on game, and I will get money after being released. What I have to do? I am confused. You have to run, in my opinion. Like my advice, run out of there. Okay, run out of there, dude. Like, equity is just another word for, like, we're scamming you most of the time. It's not worth it. Um, but of course, do the research. How much did the other games make? But if the other games made a lot of money, then why can't they pay you? You know what I mean? That is so wrong. It's super common in our industry. Everybody wants to prey on beginners. By working for free, you're going to ruin everything for the rest of us. Like, the more people work for free, the cheaper the labor becomes in general. And next thing you know, you're going to be 20 years into this industry. Your skills are going to be freaking great, and you're going to be making like $8 an hour. Okay? So, like, never work for free, and that goes for everybody here. Never work for free. And equity is basically for free, okay? If the studio is worth its salt, then the 2 games they made make money, and then you'll get paid from that. And then get equity on top of that. If you're good at something, do it for free. Never do it for free. Thank you, fucker. Oh, sorry. Like, don't work for free, people. That time you're gonna spend working for free, just work on your portfolio. Okay, because like, what's gonna happen? What happens if you spend 2 years working for free at that company? The game gets canceled, and you can never show any of the work you did. and you have no money on top of that. That's such a horrible thing. You triggered me. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. What we were talking about. We were talking about how to avoid difficult job searches in the future. Difficult job searches in the future. So that was my main goal for many years, and I've succeeded. I mean, so far, right? Because I've never done a job search, actually at all. I started doing this really early, so by the time I graduated college, I had already had this like system working for me, and I've kept it moving ever since then as well. And then it works. So I'm writing a book about it, but basically it's like getting a foot in the door is more than just having a great portfolio. Like, you need to have a great portfolio and you need to work hard. But anybody that ever makes it in this industry has a nice portfolio and works hard, right? It is the bare minimum. And if you want to increase your odds, not do any job searches ever again, get headhunted and stuff like that, I highly recommend building up other attraction systems, I suppose, to create those opportunities. Because you can be the best artist in the world, and nobody will ever know if you don't know how to showcase that, talk about your work, present yourself, be professional, have a good reputation, be marketing yourself in some way, right? Like, nobody will ever know you're the best artist in the world. Can't we use channel points to make you hydrate and stretch? Yeah. I'm already hydrating. You think there's more of a market for printables versus games? I don't have the numbers on that, so I can't guess. I don't really guess data unless like I've looked at numbers before. What I hear, the rumors are that the collectibles and printables industry is more exclusive and difficult to break into. Yeah, that's what I hear. Even more than games. I suck at marketing. Oh, I mean, like, good thing you can learn, right? It's easy. Easy peasy to learn. You just like buy some book and then read it and then do the things. But yeah, like so the things you do are, of course, hard work, but you can't just work hard because that I've had this conversation a lot of times. Like, some people will be like, if I just work hard and do the right things, I'll have a successful career, and that's not guaranteed at all, because some of the hardest workers I know have the least return on their investment. So, and some of the people that make the most money and have the most illustrious careers work less, right? How do you explain that? So one thing you need to do is work smart. Really do your research before you make decisions. So let's say you are starting out in character art, right? And you're putting together, a portfolio. Don't just randomly choose pieces to put in your portfolio. Like, do the research and figure out what is in demand in the industry. Are accessories versus clothes versus houses in demand? Do you need to know how to texture, to retopologize, and bake? Do you need to know how to set up the posings? Do you need to know morph targets? Do you need to know Substance versus Blender versus ZBrush versus Maya? Right, do your research and know what's going on so that you can properly make choices that increase your odds. Follow workflows that increase your odds and all that stuff, because a lot of people just do random stuff, right? Like, a portfolio full of like random creature busts could get you somewhere, but it could also like not be as good as a well-researched portfolio. Then two, you need to be able to network, right? It's all about who you know at the end of the day. A lot of times it is. It doesn't need to be like, hey, I know this guy, so they're gonna get me a job. No, it just could be like, it could be as much as like somebody telling you about a job, right? Like, hey, my company's hiring. Like, that's all you need sometimes. Then you gotta learn how to post your work online, market it, show it off, render it, make it presentable, and things like that. It all adds up. I said I do not want equity, I want pay. They replied, no, we're all working full-time for equity. That's the only way to secure deals with Microsoft and Sony. They don't want to see a studio wasting money on payments, rather offer employees equity for their work. This weeds out those just looking for a paycheck and leaves us the ones that are passionate about games and want to truly be a part of the growth of the studio. You are literally going to make my blood pressure go up. Oh my god. Okay, people. When somebody tells you, we don't care about money, we just want passion, run. That's a red flag. Red flag. Get the hell out of there. If you don't value yourself, nobody's going to value you, okay? Nobody will value you. In this industry, you are worthless if you don't value yourself. And that comes from the bottom of my heart with love, okay? Do not work for free. In fact, post all over the internet their name or something, or at least tell me, because I will make sure that nobody that I mess with ever talks to them again. That is not okay. Passion is an exploitable resource. Okay? I even go as far to say if a job posting is like overemphasizing passion and things like that, still apply, but be careful. Like, people will take your passion and they'll turn it into millions of dollars for them. And you will have nothing except for like carpal tunnel syndrome, sleepless nights, stress. Like, it is ridiculous, okay? Do you really think that Microsoft and Sony cares if you're paying your employees? That is a lie. They're manipulating you. Microsoft is one of the best, like most, as far as I know, like equitable employers in this industry, people. You're being manipulated. Hard, okay? Oh, they don't want to see us wasting money on paying people? That's the most basic requirement. No, they don't want to see you wasting money on mimosas. They don't care if you're paying people to work on your game. That's a red flag on them, okay? Do not mess with this company. Do not mess with a company that does this. That goes for everybody here. They're going to bleed you dry. They're going to work you to the bone. Then they're going to fire you right before they get any equity. Okay? It goes even that far. We're going to pay you equity, but you need to be 3 years vested in order to get that equity. 2 years and 9 months, you're out of the door. You're done. They're going to fire you. Okay? You're never going to see money out of this. Okay? If they were fair people, if they were loyal or any sort of good people, they wouldn't do this to you in the first place. Okay? Whenever I worked for a company that they tried to pay me less, and they gave me 1.5% of the company, basically, in equity, right? And you needed 3 years in order to vest it. Guess what? Have you guys ever heard of a thing called a clawback clause? You guys ever heard of that? It's a clause that whenever people give you equity, they'll put it in your contract just to fuck with you. Because they'll use equity as a way to keep your wages low or to make you work for free. And then they'll put a clause in the contract that says, by the way, the company can buy back this equity at like below market value. So they can force a buyback. They can take it back from you. Sure, they'll pay you for it, but it's still gonna be low. Lower than like you selling it on the market yourself. Do you know how many years it takes for a company to even go public so that your equity is even worth anything? Are you okay with working the next 8 years or something before you see a penny? That is slave labor, dude. Like, get out of there and waste that time somewhere else. Do art that you like. I step out and someone pissed her off. Like, Do not waste your time on these people because, again, they're going to own all your work. They will tell you when you can post it and when you can't, right? It's not worth it. Just do your own work. Just do your own thing. If it's for free, just do it on your own, dude. I'm like, my blood pressure is high right now. I am triggered. Literally, like, angry AF. If any of you guys ever work for free, I'm coming for you. I swear to God. I'm gonna get canceled. I'm gonna cancel you myself. What was the plugin that scales down subtools so that it won't go above your brush size? It was Z plugin Scale Master. Scale Master, and then I just did ZBrush Scale Unify. I will DM you their website. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, don't do it, please. Don't do it. Like, just don't do it. What are you gonna gain from working for free, people? It can always be worse than you expect. Right? It can always be worse. So be ready. Like, don't work for free. Don't work for even cheap, you know? Be careful with equity. Be careful with stuff like that. Like, sure, it's great. It's great, but on top of a nice salary. God may forgive you, but Anna won't. You can get experience somewhere else, bro. Like start your own company. Jesus, if you're gonna work for free, you might as well like get with your friends and start your own company and then like actually own equity. What if you stink? Well, I mean, you're still doing us all a gigantic disservice by working for free. Like, that's the thing you guys have to understand, is that when one person works for free, let's say, this year in the games industry, 5,000 people worked for free or under legal wages, right? And then I go to apply at that same company as a junior artist or something, right? Or you guys go. And they're like, oh, we're going to pay you $3 an hour. And then you're like, no way, that's way too low. And they're like, okay, but this dude over here is going to do it for free, so get out of here, right? And then you're like, okay, I'll take $3 an hour. And then the next person that comes along, they're like, no, I want $50 an hour. And they're like, this dude does it for $3. And it's going to just lower the value, financially speaking, for everybody, people. Everybody. It has ripple effects that you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't believe it. Like, with such a specialized field, like, there's no reason artists should not be getting paid really well. But it's because of people that work for free that it happens. Yeah. 8 more minutes to stream. Let me go ahead and post my social media. Post my social media. Best way to get a hold of me is to follow me on social media, send me a DM. I have TikTok, Instagram, ArtStation, and Twitter. ArtStation is where my finished artwork lives. Some of it anyway. Then I got Discord. If you ever want to hang out with this awesome community of like-minded 3D artists that are very positive and like nurturing, supportive, and you want to participate in future challenges and giveaways and things like that, join the Discord. Then I got my mentorship. If you want somebody to take you by the shoulders and shake you into reality, please join my mentorship. Just kidding, but like I also do a weekly workshop, so every Wednesday at 5 p.m. I do a sculpting class, which is nothing like the streams because it's like very formal classroom environment in which I do demos, lectures, and critiques. Every Wednesday, and we work on an entire piece together from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. We will start from scratch a piece, and then you'll have a portfolio piece at the end of the month. Feel free to check out the Gumroad for the workshop. And if you want to take your art career to the next level, you need somebody to hold you accountable, help you with discipline on your mindset, help you establish what your goals are, what your strengths and weaknesses are, where you are in relationship to your goals, keep you on a schedule, whatever you need. I do like literally everything on the mentorship, like from like resume reviews and portfolio reviews to helping you apply and find jobs, and apply to jobs, helping you with social media streaming, things like that, helping you with ZBrush and any other most other software. There's only a couple that I don't do. Um, just helping you in general with whatever you need. Feel free to check out the mentorship. It's been a long time since I've gotten this worked up on stream. I'm very passionate about this topic, and I am so angry that they try to manipulate you. I'm in a small town, and I don't have condition to move to a big city, and I applied to 10, 12 jobs rejected. Some of them wanted to hire me, but can't move right now. Oh, Rajmank, yeah, join the mentorship, yay! I only have 3 more spots, like, for the year, basically. 3 more spots for the mentorship, and then, like, it won't open again until somebody else is done with their mentorship. I think it's 3 more spots. Yeah. Mentorship is too cheap. You want me to charge more? I mean, like, I'll charge more for you. I don't know that experience won't pay the bills. Tough. It's tough out there. Like, I 100% relate, understand, and remember how tough it was for me as well. Like, 100%. I know how tough it is. It's part of why I'm here. Like, I wouldn't be here otherwise. Because as you guys know, like, one of my big motivating factors is literally that I just had such a terrible time. I had such a terrible time breaking into the industry as far as like mentality wise, right? And then it got really easy at the end, like whenever I was ready, you know. But I got bullied, I made enemies, I got sabotaged by somebody who tried to get me deported and like make me lose my first job in the industry. I've faced sexism, I faced like harassment in every possible form, and that stuff doesn't happen anymore. Because I've established myself and I've grown apparently I've grown claws, I guess, and I've become assertive. But I know that it still happens to a lot of other people. It was so rough, you know, and if I can help you, if you're here and I can help you with that, like that is it sounds cheesy. I always feel like I'm being cheesy, but like I want to help with that. And yes, the mentorships costing between 500 and 800. It's because for mine, it's modular, so you pay for a month, for the month. So like you pay basically per meeting, so to speak. And normally when you pay $800 for a mentorship, it's like it's got a certain level amount of hours already in. Like, oh, it's 2 months of mentorship for 800 or 3 months of mentorship for 800. So for mine, you keep re-upping as you go. So it ends up balancing out. I don't know. I just want to help. Like, it sounds super cheesy, I know. But it's one of my passions, you know. So I'm here. I'm here to yell at you guys when you need it. Okay. If you ever need a good scolding, come talk to me. It's not cheesy if it's realistic. It's a little cheesy. But yeah, I am always here to yell at you if necessary. Okay. Anybody comes to you, tries to get you to work for free or for a price that you cannot live on, come talk to me. All right? I am amazing at finding scammers, con artists. For some reason, I'm really good at spotting drug deals, but that's like a whole other thing, right? But like for some reason, I'm just amazing at finding drug deals. Like I could tell you like all the drug deals within like a 2 mile fucking range. Like it's insane. But anyway, I'm really good at finding bad people and noticing red flags. Probably because of my extremely traumatic path this far, right? And so even if you're not in the mentorship, come talk to me and explain the situation, and I'll be like, hey, like, give them another chance, or maybe like, fuck no, block them, you know, you're not getting your money back, run, you know, stuff like that. So, you ever in doubt, come talk to me. If you can't tell if somebody's legit, if a company's legit, if you're being scammed, come talk to me, okay? I can sort that out. I've never failed. Not so far. I can't jinx it, right? But so far I've caught them all that I've had the opportunity to catch because people brought them to me. Tough love the tough love approach. It's not good for everybody, but it's good for some people. I change my approach depending on who I'm talking to. Oh, it's time to go. It is time for me to go to my Gumroad party. So every month, for my mentees and workshoppers, I hold a little party. Normally it's on Saturdays, but because of GDC and all of that, I had to move it to today. So I'm gonna head out and I'm going to go to the party. We cannot go back to drug deals because I'm heading out. So before I am out, make sure to follow me on social media. Make sure to follow me on my channels. I got YouTube, I got Twitch now, got double stream going. I still haven't figured out how to integrate them, but we'll get there eventually. Got my Discord for you guys to join. A wonderful Discord community of like-minded 3D artists, nice people, right? Good people. You're not gonna feel uncomfortable. It's a safe space. I have a zero tolerance policy. Like if anybody's being a little weird on there, like, you know, or making people uncomfortable, I get rid of them. Like there's like no way to come back either. So just so you know, it's a safe community for you. You're gonna feel well. Nobody's gonna stalk you, be weird to you, or hit on you or whatever. Okay, so join my Discord, and it's also where all my challenges and giveaways are going to take place as well. And Gumroad, let me get that up again. I only have 3 more mentorship spots, one-on-one mentorship spots, which again, once they are taken, I'm not reopening it until somebody else leaves, okay? Which happens, there's turnover, because some people, like, they're done, or they had to take a break. So there is turnover, so throughout the year there will be more spots opening, just not at this level of amounts, hopefully, and not anyway. Jazz30, thank you so much for the follow. Am I missing anything? I post my Gumroad on YouTube. I haven't figured out how to post both at the same time. Okay. Alrighty, guys. I gotta head out to the party. I will see you later.